guys, hope you all had a fruitful week. So today we will be learning about matter. Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. For example, we have metals, non-metals, books, pencils, pens, then utensils, and all these are examples of matter. So, what is not matter? For example, we have the feeling of love, then affection, sadness, all these are not matter. So, basically, we will be learning about the properties of the particles of matter using a few experiments. Today, I'll be looking into two of the properties with an experiment for each of them. Firstly, let's learn the importance of temperature. So, for this first experiment, I have some room temperature water. You can also use cold water, some hot water, and copper sulfate crystals which I had made earlier in one of my previous videos. And if you haven't checked that out, do check it out. So, First, let's conduct the experiment and then we shall learn the importance of temperature. First, take both of the tumblers and add in like 2 to 3 crystals of this copper sulfate. So this proves that particles of matter possess kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy required or the energy used by the particles to move about their position or around their position. So what happened here is that the solid crystal, when it went into the water, and in the hot water there was high temperature and the solid could easily melt and then it would dissolve in the water. Here we saw that in the room temperature water it didn't mix very well and very quickly because the temperature is not as much as the hot water one. Hence, we can conclude that kinetic energy can be increased with the increase in temperature. Now, let's move on to the next experiment. Okay, so for this next experiment, you will need some water, potassium permanganate or copper sulfate powder, something to stir with, then a funnel, beaker and a pipette. And lastly, you'll need some extra containers. You can use test tubes, but my test tubes don't hold a lot of water, so I switched over to these bowls. First, measure out 50 ml of water in every one of these. So now that I have filled out all these containers, I have taken 55 ml of water in this beaker and we shall be adding some amount of the potassium permanganate into this. So I'll add almost like 1 crystal. Then stir it. Now take in 5 ml of this and then add it into Now take in some amount from this one and add it to next one. Now take in some of this and add it to this. And now we add in some of this into this. So guys, as you can see, we see the purple color in each of the container. The first one where we directly mixed it, then dilute one, more dilute, even more dilute, and the most dilute one. So what did we observe is that first when we mixed the potassium permanganate here, we saw that the color was very dark and very vibrant. Then we added this mixture into another and continued it 3 to 4 times. You can continue the chain and try it around 6 to 7 times to see what happens. And with this, we can observe that each container has a color of purple in it, which proves that it has the content of potassium permanganate. So this proves that particles of matter are very small in size, and hence they can color a lot of amount of water. So today we proved two properties of particles of matter, and stay tuned for the further videos in the coming weeks, and we shall learn together the other properties of particles of matter through these experiments. Hope you all enjoyed this week's video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to the Science Orb for quality content from my side. Hit the bell icon to never miss any of my uploads and leave all your valuable and precious comments down below. Bye, meet you next week.